Hi there. We're going to look at adding and subtracting decimals. Let's look at some examples and work our way through these. Question 1. Add 5.2 plus 1.9. Now, first thing we do is we set it out in column format. So to the side, write 5.2. Now, put the decimal point between the numbers, and then for the second number, 1.9, put the decimal point first, and then write the 1 to the left and the 9 to the side. And then draw a line underneath, and then show anybody looking what you're doing by putting a plus sign there. Now before you do any arithmetic, put a decimal point in your answer line. Now we add them up. 2 add 9 is 11. You can only write one figure in a square, so we write 1 there and carry the 1 to the next column. Now 5 add 1 is 6, add the carried 1 is 7. Put a line underneath to show you finished, and then put your answer beside the question. Question 2. Let's look at another addition one. 4.63 added to 1.8. Now, let's put it in column format first. So we write 4.63. When I say column format, put the question in column format. Plus, once I put the plus first. Now put the decimal point for the second number directly underneath the decimal point of the first. Write a 1 to the side, to the left, and an 8 to the right. Put a line underneath. Now, before you do any arithmetic, put the decimal point beneath the other decimal point. Now we add up each column. 3 add nothing is 3. 6 add 8 is 14. Put the last figure there, carry the 1. 4 add 1 is 5, add 1, 6. And put a line underneath to show you finished. So here's our answer, 6.43. We'll look at one more addition. Question 3. 19.2 added to 7.645. So there's the question, 19.2 plus 7.645. So to the side we'll show our working. We'll put 19.2 here. Put the decimal point for the second number directly underneath that of the first. And now, to the right of the decimal point we've got 645, and to the left of the decimal point we've got 7. Put a line underneath, put the plus sign to show what we're doing, and before you do any arithmetic, the decimal point directly underneath the other two. Now we add them up. Nothing add 5 is 5. Nothing add 4 is 4. 2 add 6 is 8. 9 add 7 is 16. Put 6 there, carry the 1. 1 add nothing is nothing. Add the carried 1, 2. So now we write, squeeze it in, 26.845. Right, now we're going to look at some subtraction. Question 4. Look at a nice straightforward one first. 7.6 take away 2.9. So, to the side we'll do our work, and let's do it to the left. 7.6. Now for the second number, as with addition, we line it up so the decimal points are directly underneath each other. 2.9, and put a line underneath and a minus sign to show what we're doing. Now before you do any arithmetic, put the decimal point here. 6 take away 9. You can't do that, you have to borrow. The first number is bigger than the second. So we borrow 1 from the left. That goes from 7 to 6, and we put a 1 in front. Now, 16 take away 9 is 7. 6 take away 2 is 4. Put a line underneath, then write our answer, 4.7. Question 5. 2.93 take away 1.8. Right, so set out our working. So 2.93. Now, put the decimal point for the second number. We've got a 1 to the left of the decimal point and an 8 to the right. Put minus sign to show what we're doing. And now, let's do our subtraction. 3 take away nothing is 3. 9 take away 8 is 1. 2 take away 1 is 1. What did I do wrong there? I forgot to put the decimal point there, which I should have done before the arithmetic. So it's 1.13. I got away with it because I'd lined up the first two numbers correctly. Now, last one we're going to look at before I give you some to practice. Question 6. 4.2 take away 1.97. Right, so we write our numbers to the side here. So 4.2. Now I'm going to put the decimal point of the second number, the one I'm taking away. There's a 1 to the left, and then a 9 and a 7 to the right. Draw a line there, put the minus sign, and I'll remember this time, put the decimal point here in the answer row. Now, what happens here? Nothing take away 7. Well, nothing 0, so I could put that in to remind me. But 0 take away 7 I can't use with that method, so I've got to borrow. So I borrow 1 from that 2, it goes down to 1, and I put a 1 in front of the 0. 10 take away 7 is 3. Oops, that should be in blue, should it not? One take away 9 I can't do with that system, so I've got to borrow again. I borrow 1 from the 4, it goes down to 3, and I put the 1 in front of the borrowed, put the borrowed 1 in front of the other one. Now let's do the subtraction. 11 take away 9 is 2. 3 take away 1 is 1. Put a line underneath. And there's my answer, 1.23. If you want to check, if you add the last two, the ones either side of the plus sign, they should add up to this. Right, now, I'll give you 4 to practice. Let's see how you do. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you should know what happens now. You get pen and paper and you copy down these questions as I write them on the board. Right, copy them down. Right, I'll give you a few moments, put the video on pause, and then come back later and go through the answers. Okay, welcome back. Let's go through the answers here. The answer to that is 6.1. Now, let's go through questions 8, 9 and 10 in a bit more detail. So we show our working 5.26. Put the decimal point here, then we've got 1.7. Line underneath, put the plus sign. 6 add nothing. Oh, what did I do? Almost do wrong. I forgot my decimal point, didn't I? Should be directly underneath here. 6 add nothing is 6. 2 add 7 is 9. 5 add 1 is 6. So the answer you should have got would have been, or should be, 6.96. Now, let's clear those. And let's look in detail at the harder ones, which are subtractions. Those up there. Now, question 9. So we set out our working 6.7, take away 3.8. Notice how I've lined up the decimal points. Put a line underneath and a decimal point before I do any arithmetic. 7 take away 8 I can't do with this method, so I have to borrow 1. 6 goes down from 5, and I'll lend 1 to the 7. Now I do. 17 take away 8 is 9. 5 take away 3 is 2. So there's my answer, 2.9. And if you want to, let's just double check. Remember, the opposite of taking away is adding. So if I add those last two, I should get 6.7. 8 add 9 is 17. Put 7 there, carry the 1. 3 add 2 is 5. Add the carried 1, 6. Now, let's just go through question 10. So let's set out our work. So we've got 4.5 take away 2. Notice how I've lined up the decimal points. 2.78. Line underneath. Before I do any arithmetic, my decimal point. Nothing take away 8. Well, I'm going to write in the 0 which is another way of writing nothing. Nothing take away 8 I still can't do because nothing's smaller than 8. So I have to borrow. So that 5 goes down to 4 and I put a 1 in front of the 0. 10 take away 8 is 2. 4 take away 7 I can't do with this method, so I have to borrow. So I go to the next column. That goes down 1 to 3 and I put the borrowed 1 in front of the 4. 14 take away 7 is 7. Oops, I don't like red as part of the answer. I don't mind it in the working. 14 take away 7 is 7. 3 take away 2 is 1. Put a line underneath. 1.72. Just double check with addition. If I add those two, I should get 4.5. Let's quickly do that. Addition is generally easier than subtraction. Put the decimal point here. 8 add 2 is 0. There's 10, my mistake. Put the 0 there, carry the 1. 7 add 7 is 14. Add the carried 1, 15. Put 5 there, carry the 1. 2 add 1 is 3. Add 1, 4. Hold on, I get 4.50, not 4.5. 4.50 is the same as 4.5. Anyway, thank you for listening. Sorry it was one of the longer ones, but it's quite involved. Anyway, thank you for listening.